How we doing?
All right.
Raise your hand if you're happy to be alive. Keep them up. I want to count the dead, man. Well, I'll tell you what, after hearing from those two, Trey Dyer and Ryan Morris, it don't get no better. Give them a round of applause. And now you got to listen to me. I tell you, I'm wet. The back of my shirt is running down my legs. They had us out there taking pictures of them cars, and there I was standing between this $100,000 and some odd $1,000 car and my beautiful blonde wife. It was hot. I'm telling you, my wife like 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound bag. You get what I'm saying? And then I've got this sports car over here. I sweating like George W. the spelling bee.
There you go.
You'll get it. Think about it. Well, I just got a couple minutes, so I have a couple points for you. The first and foremost, folks, is you can't start a fire with a wet match. This is a deep point. I'm going to go over it again. You can't start a fire with a wet match. Yes?
Yes.
It amazes me, the people who want to do this business, but they don't want to get excited. They don't want to be happy. They don't want to share that. It's like, how can you get people interested in something you ain't excited about? My buddy Presley said it for years. Get on fire. People will come from miles around to watch you burn. This business, this opportunity just keeps getting better. A Tesla. Let's be honest. How many had ever heard of a Tesla before? All right, let's do it different. How many like me didn't have a clue? We was coming up there this weekend. I told my buddy back home, his name is Kevin. He spells it Kevin, but he says Kevin. I said, Kevin, I got to go to Dallas. I'm getting my Tesla. He said, are they going to have to operate? Can't you see me driving around D Queen in a Tesla, Bella Hay in the back? Here we go. And this thing's smart too. It talks to you. Of course, that ain't nothing new. I've had vehicles. Well, it didn't talk to me. I had to talk to it. You better start, you piece of. Come on, y'all had those, ain't you? You had to walk around to the passenger side to get to the driver's side. Now here I'm driving a car. True, it's like that show Knight Rider. Y'all remember that? Talks to you. It's got a big old screen. They claim that they're going to download something to it, and it will go park itself by itself. You just get out, press a button, and there it goes. Press a button, and it comes back. Now, I had a truck that took off once without me, but there was a lot of Jack and Jim involved in that deal. And right now, it's got something called adaptive cruise. What that means is you set the cruise control, and when you get up behind somebody, it'll automatically slow down. It'll match their speed. If they stop, you stop. I told my wife, Marcy, I said, you're going to try that out first. Can you imagine a vehicle smarter than you and yours? I got one. Let's talk about you getting one. Let's talk about how every single person in this room can truly change their life, because I believe this, folks. There's a difference between making a living and making a life. Yes?
Yes.
And let's be real clear for a couple minutes. This ain't just about a fancy car. This ain't about big checks. This is about being in control of your life. Deciding when you get up, when you go to bed, who you work with, who you have to say yes sir and yes ma'am to. Wouldn't it be nice to walk into your boss's office, sit in his chair, put your feet on his desk, and say, I'm going to have to let you go. This little electric phone thing turned out pretty good. Matter of fact, it's working so good, I got me a Tesla. And he goes, they going to have to operate? I truly believe that if you made the decision today that you want to change your life, that you want to do more than just earn a living. And hear me, guys, the checks are why we do it. The residual, the money, that's why every person is in here. But money will buy you the best bed made, but not peace or rest. Money will bring a lot of acquaintances, but not true friends. Money gets you all the toys in the world, but not contentment. Money can buy the finest timepiece, but it won't give you one more moment's time. You see, what the money does is it gives you the option to choose how you live, how you contribute. I'm blessed. I get to run around with people like Presley Swaggerty, Steve Fisher, Donnie Anderson, Greg McCord, Brian Lucia, Ryan Morris. I get the chance to be with Mark Flores, Mark Dean, all of my fellow NDs. And I have to admit, even Mr. Technical can't turn on a clicker, Mr. Trey Dye. I used to think he was real bright. Till I saw him out there looking in the front of that Tesla for the motor. I said him straight. I said, it's in the bag. Y'all get out there, you'll figure out what I'm talking about. Last point. You want to be successful, you want to take advantage of this, then you got to start working on you. Hear me. You are the reason you're successful. People don't join companies. People don't join ideals. People join people. That's why we got to be excited. That's why we got to be happy. That's why we've got to radiate what we see and feel. Because people join people. You want to be successful? Figure out how to make you better. Figure out how to improve you. Reminds me of the old boy never been to the big city before. He goes to town with his little old son. They get there and there's a big glass elevator, kind of like the one here in Infomart. They'd never seen an elevator before. Didn't know what it was. All of a sudden, this old gal kind of come waddling by. And guys, I'm telling you, she's what we call a melancholy type girl. Body like a melon, face like a collie. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, they ain't nothing like here in Texas, but Oklahoma got a bunch of them. Come on, that kind of old gal could fill up the bathtub, then run the water. You get that picture? Lord, forgive me, brother. So the farmer and his son, they watch as this old gal gets in the elevator. They watch as it takes off. Bang! They're amazed as it comes back down. Bang! And when the doors open up, out walked the prettiest blonde-haired, blue-eyed secretary. Old farmer, he lost his chow tobacco. His son lost his cheek. Farmer watched her all the way to the elevator out the revolving door, turned to his son and said, son, next time we come to the big city, we're going to bring you Ma and run it down. Hard to believe I'm a top earner, ain't it? God said, you are to build a better you. I said, how, God? The world is so huge and vast and complicated. I'm so small and insignificant. Surely there's nothing I can ever do. But God, in all his wisdom, said, just build a better you. You want a better world? Start sharing our story. Share your enthusiasm and let people know there's a difference between making a living and making a life. Ladies and gentlemen, you have the chance to hear from a gentleman who is the epitome of that. He is an example for all of us. He is our superhero, our #1 earner, presidential director, executive director, and now national director, and I'm proud to say my best friend, Mr. Presley Swaggerty.